The last couple of mics I took a look at from CAD Audio, they were alright. Today we're going to look at something a little bit more significant. This is the CAD Audio GXL2600 USB. Large diaphragm USB studio condenser mic. Let's get started. Normally if I do any sort of USB mic stuff, I'm doing voiceovers and things like that, I use the Audio-Technica AT2020 or the Blue Yeti or the Blue Snowball, any one of those microphones, because they all have excellent sound quality. I've seen some comparisons online. The 2600 is actually supposed to be as good as, if not quite a bit better than, the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB that I normally use, for a couple of reasons, including having a larger diaphragm built into it, but also, and this is kind of a big one for a lot of people, it's significantly less expensive. It's like $115, $120. Taking a quick look around the box though, you've got some specifications down on this end. Here's the features. It has a 1-inch large diaphragm. They say that the 2020 is supposed to have a 1-inch diaphragm, but then I read somewhere else that that's not true at all, that it's a bit smaller than that, so it does make a difference in the sound quality. You have a frequency response range of 20 Hertz to 20 kilohertz. That's actually quite a bit bigger than the two that I looked at previously. You've got your sensitivity level here, your equivalent noise levels, and then dented up box, so we're not even gonna get into that. Without any further ado, let's just open the box, see what comes in it, and try this puppy out. So over here, actually, it's a rather not hugely impressive tripod stand for it. I mean, it's solid, it's metal, but it's small. There is the shock mount, which actually my AT2020 did not come with. I had to actually take it off of another mic. And this one's actually all metal as well. Really nice build quality. Go ahead and put this together while we're doing it. Yeah, that's actually, aside from just being a little bit short, that's a really nice setup so far. This presumably is the mic in a nice little pouch. Got a little packet full of paperwork with an entire product listing, loads of other things you can pick up from CAD Audio, and a little guide showing you the specs and the accessories that are included. And finally, down on the very bottom is the standard USB-A cable. The other ones I looked at were actually mini USB, so this is sort of a step back towards normality for me. And this is a pretty significant and decently long cable. And then finally, let's go back to the microphone, which actually in the hand is kind of small. It's quite a bit smaller than I thought it was gonna be. Here on the bottom is where you'll screw it into the mount, as well as putting in the USB cable. And other than that, there's nothing to it. There are no buttons, there are no switches, there's no headphone jack. I know the Audio-Technica has a couple of dials on it for controlling headphone volume and gain and things like that. I've never really used those and never really needed them. I do most of my adjustments on the computer where I'm capturing, so I don't think that I'll miss it. I do like the size of this, and just looking through it, you're not gonna be able to see it on the camera probably, but the diaphragm in there you can see, it's sizable. Now I would go ahead and put this on a mount or something, but since the shock mount is included, we'll just pull these here, slide it down into place, and once we plug this cable in, we should be good to go. Because yeah, that's solid, that's sturdy, this is just metal. It's like a whole hunk of metal. I am a big fan of the build quality. But we'll be right back. And we're back. I do have here with me the Audio-Technica AT2020 as well as the CAD Audio GXL2600 USB. Just holding both of them up to the light. You're not going to be able to see it because of the angles, but what I'm assuming is the diaphragm, because I'm not that familiar with all the mic technologies, but the part where it's going to be capturing the audio is slightly larger on the Audio-Technica. And the initial samples that I've done, the audio quality on the Audio-Technica does sound a little better to me. There's a bit of a background hiss to the CAD Audio. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and just hear the audio samples. I've gone ahead and pulled over my CAD Audio AcoustiShield to sort of isolate the sound and make it a little bit clearer so there's no external ambient anything interfering. So let's get started. And what you're hearing now is a clip from the CAD Audio GXL2600 USB inside of my little AcoustiShield. This should give you a little bit of a feel for what the audio will sound like. I'm approximately 6 to 8 inches away from it, so there's a little bit of a sample, I suppose. And now we have a clip from the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB inside of this same CAD Audio AcoustiShield. This, in my previous experience, does sound a little bit better, a little fuller, a little richer, but again, at the same time, the Audio-Technica is a significantly more expensive microphone, and that is where I'm going to have to wrap things up for today. All in all, the GXL2600 USB is not a bad microphone. It had pretty decent sounding audio. The background hiss leaves a little bit to be desired, and I don't know exactly what to do about that. I'm literally just using QuickTime to capture. I'm sure there are higher end audio suites that might be able to deal with that, to put a compressor on it or something, but just capturing from those two different microphones using the exact same piece of software with the maximum quality settings and everything, and the levels adjusted to about 75%. For me, the Audio-Technica sounded a little bit better, but you can make your own decisions there. But I'll put links down in the description to where you can find this, as well as the AT2020 that I use. I think I actually got my AT2020 in a bundle with the CAD Audio AcoustiShield, so I did save a little bit of money when I bought it, but it was still a bit more expensive expensive of a microphone than this thing is, so do with that what you will. But thank you guys as always for watching. Make sure to hit the like button below this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel to receive all the videos that I make when they become available, and I'll see you again next time.